Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with another build for my building Newcrest save file. And this is only base game, so we're actually rebuilding or building Newcrest using only the base game. I'm not even using the free holiday pack. That's how base game this is. But anyways, today we're building this massive house. I saw a picture on Pinterest that I'm gonna try to find and put here on the screen so you can see pretty much what the inspiration was for this house. And something else that really inspired me to build this house was the new wallpaper that we got with the Nature's Calling rewards challenge. And I loved it. It's definitely one of my favorite items from that rewards challenge. I already finished it, and I don't know if I'm gonna be using most of the items that you can unlock, but at least this wallpaper was definitely one of the best things ever. It's beautiful. It comes in some very nice swatches, and of course I had to use it in this build. That was pretty much the whole inspiration for me to build something with only base game for this save file. And with this house, we're actually now, like, I think 3 lots away from finishing this save file, and that's so exciting. I cannot believe we're almost done with the base game save file. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I cannot wait to share it with you guys, to show you how everything looks. I'm definitely gonna be trying to do a tour video so I can show you everything from this whole save file that we're working on. And I really hope you guys are excited to download it and to play with it, and I would love to see what you guys do with the save file and how you play with it. If you're using the sims that I am creating for this save file, if you have your own sims, I would love to see what you guys do with this. But right now we're using the wallpaper, so we're using in this swatch that I think is like the last swatch from all the swatches, and it's my favorite. I love it. I saw it, I loved it. I built this house a few weeks ago when we first got the rewards challenge. So this one was like week 1. It was like the first item that you could unlock, and so I started building this house right away. So there's no glass walls or anything like that in this house, because this is one of those builds that I had in like my backup saves in case I didn't have anything else to share with you guys. But yeah, I do build many things throughout the days, and I do work on many builds like simultaneously, so that's why I always have something to upload. But that same way of working actually makes my build sometimes feel a little bit outdated, because it takes me quite a long time to edit my builds. I do have this massive build that I have been editing for like a month now, maybe even more. It's gonna be a massive speed build, and it's gonna be really exciting for me to share it with you guys because it's really special. But that is already like a 2-month-old build, so it's gonna be quite outdated, but I really hope you guys like it when I share it. So that's pretty much me trying to justify the fact that I'm sharing with you this build that it's a couple of weeks old already. But anyways, it's not something new. I have done this for a while, so yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why I'm making such a buzz out of this. But anyways, this house is really big in the interior, and it also has a detached garage, because I wanted to have this garage. I wanted to have like an area for your sims to do more activities. So here I'm gonna be adding the woodworking table. I really tried to use the one that you can unlock in the Nature's Calling rewards challenge, but it didn't fit with the style, because this house is quite fancy. The family living in here, they come from money. They do have money, and that repurposed woodworking table was just not what I would have chosen for a house like this. So I didn't use it in here. The only item from the rewards challenge that I use is a wallpaper, and yeah, you may have seen this wallpaper in some of my other builds in the last couple of weeks, because as I said, I love it. I think it's beautiful. Now we're doing some landscaping here, and it was kind of tricky because I really wanted to have rounded fencing here, and the only way to do that is using a piece of flooring. So yeah, it's kind of pre-made, and I cannot do many things with those type of flooring situations. So I decided to use tiles instead of using terrain paint for all these hedges and stuff. Because of that, because it was kind of tricky to have like a nice like a nice what am I saying, a nice landscaping. That's the word. Anyways, before I talk more about the speed build, I just want to mention, maybe if you hear me and you feel like I'm rambling too much, or maybe this voiceover doesn't make any sense, it's because today we went to the vet with my cat. If you watch my latest speed build, I mentioned that my cat Theo, who is 7 and she's my baby girl, or maybe you saw this on Instagram, she has a liver tumor, and today we were gonna know if it was if it could be removed, and we got the good news that it can be removed, so she's gonna have her surgery tomorrow. If you're watching this speed build the same day it's released, that's gonna be on Wednesday. So yeah, the surgery is on Wednesday, and we're really anxious to see how everything goes. The surgery is risky, but we need to take the risk because I really want my cat to live her best life. I love her so much. So yeah, if you feel like this voiceover is a little bit rambling, a little bit all over the place, it's because my head is kind of all over the place right now with all of this information and everything. So yeah, if you want to send good vibes to my cat, I will really appreciate it. But anyways, we're in the interior now, and we're starting out with the living room. Actually, we technically started with the guest bathroom, but it was really tiny. You see, it was kind of a weird shape as well. It was kind of a triangle. That's a weird bathroom, but I really wanted to have like this grand entrance to the house, and it's gonna be open on the second floor, I'm pretty sure. So I wanted to have something grand in the entryway of this house. And now we're working on the living room, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to try to branch out with only the base game, of course, and trying to do something that maybe I haven't done in my other builds for this save file specifically, because I mean, you can do only so much with base game, and trying to branch out and trying to do different things, even though I do have the tool mod, and there are just so many things that you can do. Like, I'm not trying to reinvent a wheel or anything like that, but I'm trying to be as creative as possible with the interior. I'm trying to use different items that I may not have used in other builds. For example, I haven't used this table so far, and I created this kind of tray situation that I really wanted to have. I think it's quite fancy to have a tray in the coffee table. I don't know why, but I think it's quite fancy, and I used another table, like another coffee table, and I merged them together, and I just added some decor. So I added a fossil as well. I don't know why, I just thought, why not? I mean, this family is fancy, they would definitely have a fossil, why not? And I created all this sitting area in here as well. I did playtest this build, but I did it when I already finished it, like when I finished it. So I don't remember if this was functional, but it may have been. Otherwise it was just decoration, and I don't think that's so terrible. I mean, you still have a proper dining living room here with couches and chairs and everything like that, so your Sims can definitely use that. And I know I playtested that, and I know that works, but I don't know if that kind of bench that I created actually works. I have no idea, I don't remember. But anyways, we're moving into the kitchen. The kitchen is a little bit smaller than my usual kitchens for a house this big, but I just really wanted to use this space to create a kitchen. I think it looks really nice. It just works so well with the flow of this house. Like, you get into this house, you move to the living room, then you have the kitchen, and then on the side you're gonna have the dining room. And I didn't want to like overuse this space. I didn't want to make something too massive or too overwhelming. I wanted it to be as simple as possible, and it's not so decorated anyways, because it's kind of a modern build. And every time that I build a modern house, I try not to have too many decorations. Specifically in the kitchen, I think a family like this one would have like a pantry or something in which they would store all the appliances and stuff like that. Of course, there's no pantry in here because that would have been like a waste of space. We don't have like functional pantries or anything like that, but we don't have that many appliances as well in base game, so I didn't consider having a pantry, but maybe they store everything in the counters or in the cabinets. That's something realistic as well. So that's why there are not that many things in the kitchen. I thought it would be better to have it a little bit more clean. And this is a bar area in which there's going to be the dining space. I really wanted to use this table. I don't know why I haven't used it before. I don't think I've ever used it, actually, if I'm being honest, but it wasn't looking good enough. So I decided to use this one, that it's my go-to base game table. This one, we got it for the 21st anniversary of the franchise, and it's beautiful. It's definitely one of the most beautiful tables we've ever gotten. This one was created by a CC creator. I think it was Hey Harry, I'm pretty sure, but I could be mistaken. And the chairs are the matching chairs for the table, and they looked really good, so of course I had to use it. And here in the entryway, this is not the entryway, like this is kind of a hallway getting to the living room. I didn't know what to add. I ended up adding that games table that looks really cute, and I'm gonna be adding off camera, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be adding a crib as well in front of the mirror, so you can have your infants in there if you want, because there's gonna be space for an infant here. I do remember that, and I'm pretty sure you have space for also 2 kids as well, and maybe a teenager. We will see when we get to the bedrooms. But this is the other room on the right hand side of the entryway. So this is gonna be an office. I was thinking that maybe one of the Sims that lives here is a lawyer, and they work from home sometimes, so they have this space here, and I'm gonna be changing it a little bit. I don't know if I do it off camera or on camera, but I'm definitely gonna be adding an easel here because one of the Sims is actually an artist as well. So this is the main bedroom. I use this wallpaper that I do really like, but I never use in this swatch. I considered some other wallpapers, but this one was just perfect. I wanted to have something that felt more neutral for this bedroom, but still really colorful, or I don't know, trendy, I would say. Maybe this is trendy, I have no idea. But I used it, and I think it looks really cute. And that gave me more room for me to use more colors in the interior. So the curtains are green, and the dresser is blue. It's kind of a mix and match of different colors. And I had to use this bed that we got in the update for Pride Month, I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but I know it's a Pride bed, and it's beautiful in this white swatch. It was just perfect for this bed, for this bedroom. And this is the ensuite bathroom that I'm pretty sure it's the only bathroom that it kept in the split build. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the only bathroom that I kept in the split build. Also, I did some things off camera, like the hallway here, and also this bathroom that it's shared by these 2 kids and also the infant. So yeah, they do have space here for 2 kids. I wanted to have bunk beds because the bedroom is quite big, so I thought that it would be nice to have 2 kids here. And this bed is definitely one of my favorite beds for like a single bed for base game. I think it's one of the most beautiful ones. This one originally was from Parenthood. It was definitely one of the most beautiful items that we got in Parenthood, and for some reason that I still don't know, I don't understand why, the Sims team decided to make it only base game, to make it base game. So yeah, they removed it from the Parenthood game pack and they made it base game, so everyone had access to that bed. I think it's a kind of a controversial decision, but I don't mind. I mean, the bed looks really good, and everyone should have access to the bed because it's beautiful. But now we're decorating here the dollhouse. I do this sometimes. I decide to add some toys here in the interior of the dollhouse to pretend like the kids are actually playing with the dollhouse, and they have like a storyline. So maybe they do. It's something that I used to do when I was a child. I would have a dollhouse, not as big as this one, of course. I do still have that dollhouse though. I really want to display it in my shelves someday. I do have to do some repairs to it because it's too old, but I would create storylines. Playing with the dollhouse was playing The Sims without using a computer for me. So I would decorate it, I would play with it, I would have these massive storylines, like really dramatic ones, and I love to decorate that that dollhouse and to have different layouts for every room and stuff like that. So that's what I pretend that the kids do every time that I add different toys to the dollhouse. But now we're actually in the nursery, and I love this wallpaper. It's one of my go-to wallpapers when it comes to nurseries or kids' rooms, when I think that the kid is kind of small, like not small, young. Young, that's the word. But yeah, we're creating this changing table here that of course is not functional. It's what we used to do before we got growing together, and we didn't have the changing tables like the functional ones. We would do this with the base game. We would merge a dresser with an ottoman, and yeah, that would be a changing table. And you can still do that in base game because we don't have changing tables, so I did that. And of course I had to use all the matching set for this dinosaur themed bedroom that I was going for. So yeah, I really like that bedroom. So finally this house ends up having space for 2 parents, 2 kids, and 1 infant, so no teenagers here. But yeah, anyways, we're moving into the garage, and here, like, the only reason that I want this space was to have the woodworking table, because I didn't add that many things to the garage. I didn't create like a laundry machines or anything like that. I just thought that maybe the same that is an artist, they actually use the woodworking table as well. They create statues and stuff like that. And now we're playing with matches. Something that you shouldn't do. But I decided to add matches here because why not? I mean, we have them in the debug menu, and I always like to see what we can do with all the debug items. So I decided to add matches here. Maybe to burn some parts of these cultures and stuff like that. I don't know. I just decided to go crazy with the debug menu here. You can see that sometimes it doesn't make any sense. But we're adding a car here. I'm going to be sizing it down a little bit so your Sims are actually able to use the woodworking table. I didn't want to have the car outside because I couldn't find the perfect car, like that I said, this is the perfect car for this house. I couldn't find it, so I decided to use that one. And now we're moving into the backyard, and you see me struggling a little bit. You saw it struggling a little bit with the pool because of the platform that it's not a platform, but the rounded piece that I had to use to create the rounded fence. That kind of doesn't work really well with pools. It's kind of weird, but rounded shapes are weird in this game. So I decided to have like a tiny pool in here. It's not tiny. What am I saying? It's a small pool. For like in comparison to other builds that I've done for the save file, this pool is smaller, but it's definitely by no means a tiny pool. And I decided to play a little bit here with a sandbox for the kids, and they are gonna have space for them to play in here. There's gonna be a barbecue as well, another dollhouse, because of course, I mean, you have just so many toys that you can use in base game. So having 2 dollhouses, that would have been a dream for me. And there's gonna be a grill in here as well, a sitting area, and some gardening items here. And that is going to be pretty much it for this build. So I really hope you guys like this build, and if you did, please give it a like, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.